Hello, you beautiful human beings. My name is Jennifer Carolina Lopez, and I want to welcome you to Jenuine. I just want to start by saying thank you so much for your love, for your support, from friends, from strangers. It really means so much to me. And this channel really is just about helping others, helping people feel good, giving people an insight on what they can do to change or to better their lives. I have gone through so much in life, both personally, professionally. I've learned, I've had so many different outlets of education, and everything that I've learned, everything that I've gone through has really brought me to where I am today. And I know that my purpose is really just to help uplift people, to love people, to spread joy, all of that. And, some people may find it really cheesy and really corny, but I will be that cheesy, corny person if it means that I change the life of just one person or help uplift and motivate just one person. I am doing what I was set to do, and so this is why I bring it to this platform, because it's visible to everyone. Today I want to talk about something that I know we all do, and I know I have done it way too much, is we are so hard on ourselves. And when we are so hard on ourselves, we tend to self-sabotage ourselves. And don't do it. First and foremost, don't be that way. And I know it's easier said than done, but when you stop living in that way, a lot of good things can happen. We have grown up in this society, or a lot of us have grown up in this society where we want instant gratification, and that is just not real. It's not reality. A lot of us want something to happen now or tomorrow. We want it right away. And 99.9% of the things don't happen that way. It's just not real. And, social media is definitely like one of the biggest things to blame for that, and how we view ourselves and how we judge ourselves. And I was doing some reading and studies. There's a lot of studies that show that social media is the biggest factor for a lot of people who suffer from depression, who suffer from anxiety. And why is that? Because social media has given us this perception that a lot of the times is not real. We constantly sit there and we scroll and we're judging our lives based on what we see what everyone else is doing, or how they're living, or how successful they are at the moment. And especially when they're around your age group, you're so much harder on yourself because you're like, why am I not there? Why am I not successful like they are? And if you're wondering, why you're not there, really ask yourself, are you putting in enough work to get to where you want to be? Like, truly. The world is full of videos and books that literally tell you how to do everything. How to be a stock trader, how to run a successful business, how to whatever. It's all out there. Everything is out there. So you got to ask yourself, are you truly investing in what's going to get you there? And that's the thing, is like a lot of people would rather invest on $200 shoes that they get to wear for one day instead of a $40 book that can teach them a lifetime of knowledge. So you got to choose to stop being so hard on yourself when things don't go the way that you anticipate. You have to start thinking of things like, okay, I'll give you an example. I have a degree, a bachelor's in fashion merchandising. I love fashion. I really, really do. I loved going to school for it. And when I came to the end, I just wasn't sure which direction I wanted to go in. I mean, the fashion industry is huge. There's so many outlets. And I really sat there and I'm like, wow, like I went to school for 4 years and I am not doing anything within that industry. And at first I thought about it in such a negative way. And then I'm like, you know what? No, because I had met so many wonderful people throughout my 4 years there. Some people who I still keep in contact with today. And I learned so much. one of my first classes was public speaking. And before I was sabotaging myself for not being in the industry of fashion, I'm thinking like, Jen, think about everything that you got out of that class itself, that very first class freshman year, public speaking. It really taught me so much about the confidence you can have in talking to the public. And I mean, I think about it today and how much I am using it today to use my voice to speak to all of you. So it wasn't a total loss. Just because I'm not working for some high fashion company or have my own brand doesn't mean that I didn't get anything out of going to school for fashion, because I learned so many different aspects of the industry plus more. I remember last year being in aesthetic school, and I remember the professors, or some of the professors, telling a lot of the girls there, or a lot of us at like our class, don't expect to leave here and be successful right away. And although I personally would have phrased it a little differently, just because when you put things like that, you kind of set these girls up, or they set us up to almost fail already, like a killer of dreams. Like, you want to be hopeful that these girls are going to go out and execute whatever it is that they are determined to execute within this field. But with that being said, a lot of the girls then go out into the world, and when things don't happen right away from them, they're so hard on themselves. They literally put themselves down because they haven't mastered, facials. They haven't mastered makeup. They haven't mastered whatever it is within that field. And, yes, like I said, things don't happen overnight, but you have to be willing to put in the work to get there. One of the things that I personally wanted to do leaving there was I wanted to continue to work on makeup and really put in extra hours for that. And I was determined to work for MAC, and I was persistent because they took a long time to get back to me. But man, I kept on it, and I finally got my interview and I got in. I am a makeup artist for MAC, something that I'm like, I am going to do, and I did it because that in the atmosphere, that I manifested that. I kept waking up every single day telling myself like, Jen, you will be a makeup artist for MAC. Yes, you will. Don't give up. Be persistent. In the meantime, practice your skill, practice what you've learned, and you will get it. And I did, right? But I will say, I think about it all the time. Even if I hadn't landed that job at MAC, and even if, I didn't want to continue to pursue the beauty industry, the aesthetic industry, which I still very much love and I still very much pursuing, I met some wonderful people there. I met these amazing human beings who I will have in my life for the rest of my life. So even if it didn't work out in the way that I anticipated, I think about the bigger picture. I think about all the education that I learned. I think about the skills that I learned. Like, I can give you a bomb-ass facial. I can give you a bomb-ass facial massage because I took in that knowledge. I took in those skills. And I can still use those because I'm a licensed esthetician. So I can still do that. And even though I may not be doing it at the moment, I still have that knowledge, that education to be able to do it whenever I want to, right? So we got to think about the bigger picture of things before we start hating ourselves or disliking ourselves for not being where we want to be. Everything takes time. And if you really want to be there, put in that time, put in that effort. Don't give up on yourselves. Tell yourself you can do it, that you are capable of it, because you are. And I am very much guilty of putting myself down and feeling like I am not where I should be. And that was before I realized that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine a couple years ago, and he just really reassured me that that I've accomplished so much. I went in a different route. I had my daughter before my 21st birthday, and I see all these people my age who are very successful and doing wonderful things. And he's like, Jen, you're raising an amazing child. That is a huge accomplishment. Jen, you have your own place. That is a huge accomplishment. Jen, you went to night school, working full time, and you have a college degree. That is a huge accomplishment. Jen, you went to aesthetic school. You're a licensed esthetician. That is a huge accomplishment. So I'm thinking like, Jen, why are you selling yourself short when you have accomplished so much, and every single day you continue to motivate yourself to learn more, to be more? And that's what we forget, is all these steps that we've taken to be where we are today, and we don't celebrate them because we don't see these huge victories. We have to celebrate the small. And then when you get to the big, everything that you have gone through in life, every little small victory that you accomplished, that you got through, is a victory to celebrate for the big bang, the big party, the big celebration, because you will get there. You have to believe that you will get there. Your time may be different than your friends or whomever else's, but your time is there. It will happen. It will come if you believe that it will. You will be there. You just got to work at it. Beautiful human beings, stop putting yourself down just because you are not where you want to be, or just because things have not worked out in the way that you envisioned them. Think about everything that you've learned during your journey, all the great things that you have gotten out of your journey, and the stuff that you have gotten yourself into, whether it was school or jobs. You got something out of that now you can continue to take with you for the future, right? And if you are not happy, continue to push yourself. Buy that book, buy that course. When you give yourself more knowledge, more education, you can't lose. There is no losing in that. There is no losing that. When you feed your mind, you only win. You only get more powerful. Believe in your journey, trust yourself, and trust that you will get to where you want to be. And just because it's not happening right away does not mean that it's not going to happen. Have faith in who you are and your destiny. Because when you have that faith, when you believe in yourself, you will get there. I can assure you that. Because all those people who created, were they're inventors who created, they had to fail so many times before they got their final product, their final result. But they kept going because they believed in what they were trying to create. So stop doubting yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. I am sending peace, love, and light to you all, especially during these times where so much is happening. But I am hopeful that everything that has happened is going to push us forward for a better future and a better direction. And as always, the only thing that I ask of you is to stay real, stay raw, stay genuine. I'll check back in with you guys another day. Peace.